eventually with Aaron, working with Aaron, by the time they got to Pharaoh, both of them said, "Thus says the Lord, let my people go." Sometimes when God asks you to do something, it's so scary, so big, that you need a second person or a group of people to share it who will help you to carry on. God knew you could do it, but He also knows that you're a flesh. You are just flesh. But even though you have spirit which He communicates with, He also knows that you still have flesh. That's why He would allow you to communicate and get a team of people to do what? Do what He puts in your heart to do. You may not do it alone. Think of another situation. This is Esther and Mordecai. Now you may say, you are not in a high position. Now Mordecai was just a gate man. Oh. I hope you people know. A gate man in King's Court. But even when others were bowing to Haman, he refused because he bows to God only. But that's not the story we came to talk about today. Mordecai had to inspire his niece, Esther. Through Esther, the lives of the Israelites were spared. If Mordecai did not talk to Esther and make Esther say, "If I perish, I do what? I perish." Esther knew the consequences. If he dared to come before the king without being asked to come, and the king got angry, his death, even though he was his pretty wife. It has happened before and it was going to happen again. What did he do? Just like Nehemiah, he got people and they prayed and fasted. So he was no longer going in flesh. You get the point? She, as God said to Moses, "I'll be with you." God was with Esther. And through that, the lives of the Israelites were saved once more. Now, if God has done this in the lives of His people, we are also His people. When Jesus was praying, He prayed to God and said that He's not praying for the disciples and other people there only, but He was also praying for those of us who will believe through them. So we have been brought into the household of God through the death of Jesus Christ. We have been adopted into the family of God. We discussed it last time that all of us are now princes and princesses of the Most High God. Now you'll be saying each time she's wearing crown, some people will be feeling that she's overdoing. But let me tell you, this crown on my head is to remind you of who you are. You are the princess of the Most High God. And if you're a man, you are the prince of the Most High God. We forget so easily. And that's why the devil messes up or messes around with us. How dare him? You see, when you're a child of God, Father said you know what you will do to defend your child from any man. Yes, you may be weak, but when it comes to defending your son or your daughter, you know that this one weakness will disappear. Strength will come from within. So how much more God, who has all the powers? So I want you to know that we are going to do what God puts in our hearts towards remodeling our nation. Not in our own power, but in the power of God. We also mentioned that God wants all of us to become teachers. Not teachers in the sense that you have a classroom you're teaching. No. If you can discuss with someone else one by one, this is what I have in my heart. So this is what I believe God is leading me to do. How can you advise me? Something like that. But check those you are talking to. Let them not be negative people that will just make the idea to disappear. But whatever it is, remember to pray fast before you step out. And remember,